Hi, thanks for checking out our channel here. This is going to be a repair video on a Cyclops Champ. It's their AC model version. They do make a 12 volt version of this as well. Pretty stout unit, 6.3 stored, 5 output joule unit. So we're going to take this apart and get it figured out here and see if we can get it going. And so if you'd like to send us one of these to look at, be happy to take a peek at it for you. Here's our information if you want to. You can go down below in the description area of the video. There's our links to our websites, but there's our fencerfixer.com. There's our website. There's my name and address. Our name and phone number. Address is over here. We also work in cattle scales and low bars, weigh scales for weighing livestock and everything, or whatever you want to weigh with it, bags of feed, whatever you want to do. Mostly Gallagher and True Testing to be the two brands that we work on more than anything. But we get old fence chargers in that are 50 years old, 40 years old, 30 years old. We get ones that are newer, like this one. This one's a 2016 model. Is when it was built, so it's not that old. So I'm not sure what happened to it or why, but we're going to take it apart so you can figure it out. Well, it's all burnt up here, so I imagine, yeah, I blew the fuse holder all up. It's all melted and goobered up there. You can see all this goop looking, it's like hard gel now, on this capacitor. It came from up there. So yeah, it looks like it took an AC surge on the power cord side, because the fuse, when you look at the front of it, fuse on the left is for the AC side, the fuse on the right is for the fence and ground side internally, mostly the fence side. So well, let's where do we start? A pair of needle nose pliers first. Need to start unplugging some stuff here. Now this issue that this one might have could be completely different from what yours has. So there's not like a one repairer fixes everything kind of thing. These are all, different. You got to treat them all different. You can't just say, oh, this guy fixed this one this way, that must be what's wrong with mine. No, that's usually not what happens. This has one capacitor in it. It's got a 30 microfarad 900 volt capacitor. It's got the multiplier circuit up here. Guys have built the charge up. Let's check this fuse real quick. Oh, fuse is good. We need to get that fuse mount out of there because that thing needs to be replaced. It's pretty tore up. And there's well, let's pull that little board out first, just to see what it looks like on the back side. Well, physically looks okay so far, but we gotta get this fuse mount out and get that replaced. Come on. All right. Get a fuse mount. I use a different fuse mount than what what Cyclops uses. It's a little bit bigger around, but holds the same size fuse. But it's got a threaded cap on the end versus the push and turn cap. I like these better than what they use. But I've got to make the hole a little bit bigger. Oh shoot, hold on. Come on. Not quite. Alright, so now we'll get this nut and we'll tighten it up on there. I'm going to put this fuse Alright, so now let's turn this thing back this way. Alright, we're going to cut this end off. It's all goobered up. And we have to solder the wires to these pins versus plugging them on. They don't, not the right size. They don't hold quite right, so I like to solder them on there, because that way you know they're attached. You don't have to worry about them unplugging by accident. Alright, get the solder iron warmed up. Let's see. There's one screw. Where's the other screw? There it is. Alright, solder time. Alright, we'll get this board. Let's just plug it in and see what happens. Before I screw that board down, let's Let's plug it in, see what happens. Hopefully it goes to working. There it goes. Lights flashing down here at the bottom. So everything else is fine. Let's unplug this. Let's go ahead and get this in place. Oops. Alright, let's go ahead and put this case back on here. We'll test the output on the outside. Probably going to be fine, but let's just make sure we don't miss anything. Cover all our bases. Should be about 9,000 volts, give or take. See, it kind of sparked this thing a throw. Let's put it from ground to the hot side. Nice, hard, sharp snap. This one's done. Just the fuse mount was all bad with this one. I mean, that's a cheap fix. I mean, that's kind of repair doesn't happen all the time, but that's what happened on this one. So if you got one of these things that aren't acting right, you know, if you try to fix it yourself, I guess, but just don't make it worse than what it needs to be. If you start jacking with stuff and start messing things up, you're going to make the repair bill higher than what it needs to be. So if you got one of these things, just cut your losses and ship it here to us. Let us work on it for you. We got all the tools of the trade. We've worked on hundreds of these things. Well, overall, thousands of fence chargers, but hundreds of thousands of these Cyclops over the years. So, but happy to take a look at it for you. Until next time, see you later on. Have a good rest of your day, and make sure to tell your friends about us. Be happy to help out others. Like I said, we work on every style of fence charger you can think of, old style from 50, 60 years ago to new ones being built today. So until next time, we'll see you guys later on.